Alright, so before we move on to 2.8, the last lesson in chapter 2, let's review first. Number 1, identify the type of function represented by the graph. Okay, so what do you think is this? This is a parabola. So is this absolute value, quadratic, or linear? Okay, the correct answer is quadratic. Alright, very good. Number 2. How about this one? A V-shape. What type of function is this? Absolute value, quadratic, or linear? Okay, absolute value. Number 3. Graph f of x equals the absolute value of x plus 2. So remember, absolute value function, the graph is a V-shape. Okay? So, you have noticed that your h there is 2, positive. But remember, you always change your sign to its opposite, so negative 2. And then your k here is 0. So that's your k. K equals 0. Okay? And then your a is 1. Okay? So you start with negative 2, so your vertex of your absolute value graph is negative 2, 0. So you count from 0, you go 1, 2. So negative 2, that is your vertex. And then your slope here is 1, your a is 1. So from the vertex, go up 1 over 1. Then flip this point to the other side, or you can also start from here, go up 1 to the left. So these two are always like a reflection. And then connect your line, connect your line. So this is the graph of the absolute value of x plus 2. Alright, so after your graph, identify the domain and the range. So if you take a look of these numbers, you can use any value of x, so all real numbers for the domain. And then for the y, you can also use any numbers of y. Is it? Or there's a limit. Okay, so what is your y here? So that is 0, so that's the minimum. So your range must be all numbers greater than your value here. Okay? Alright. So as long as they are from 0 and above. So no negative answer. So no negative y value. Okay? So that is our range. So the best answer here is letter B. Alright, so number 4, how about this one? G of x equals negative x squared minus 1. Okay, so this is a parabola. From the mother graph, instead of facing up, is facing down because it is negative. Okay, and then you have minus 1, that means you go down 1 point and then it's facing down. Okay, so that's how you graph that. Alright, so here you can use any values of x, so domain, all real numbers, and then for your range, what's the maximum here? This is negative 1, so negative 1, so your range cannot be y is less than or equal to negative 1. So the best answer here is letter D. Okay? Alright, last question. Which function below is a constant function? So meaning there's no variable involved. That's the meaning of constant. Or there's no variable next to the number. So this one's a variable. These two are variable, so the only answer here is f of x equals -4. So if you graph this, you will get a horizontal line. So that makes it a constant function. Okay? All right, so that's it. Thank you for listening. Take care.